Hey guys, Stitching May here with my update video. I'm not going to even try to make excuses for the fact that I'm here at 2 weeks instead of 1, other than I didn't have enough progress or didn't feel like I had enough progress to show you. Now I have a lot of progress. It seems like I'll go 1 week and have barely any progress on my projects. I cannot talk today. And then like the next week I'll have a ton and it looks like I was just lazy and didn't show you a video. Anyway, I'm here now. I worked on several projects. I have been super enabled, as the title suggests, by Sammy J and Belinda and Jessie Marie. Apparently they are my bosses. More so, I don't think Jessie Marie realizes she enabled me, but she did. But Samantha and Belinda both know that they enabled me. So with that said, I should have more progress coming up because of them. Anyway, I'm just going to jump right in and kind of show you what I've worked on, and then their enablement will kind of come out in the video. So first of all, in no particular order, I worked on my Anna Green Gables, which is a stitch along with Connie Gee. She makes videos now, guys. I'm going to drop a link below to her videos. They're amazing. They're better than mine. So impressed. There I am with the arms again. I'd like to sit on my hands to keep from talking with my hands. Anyway, I'll drop a link below to her videos and go watch them. They're amazing. They're better than mine. So here is where I was before on Anna Green Gables. And here is where I am now. I don't know how many times I've worked on this since my last video. This is one of my Year of Whips pieces. So that then makes it a Year of Whips for Connie too, even though she's not doing Year of Whips. I know that I worked on Matthew because I had to fudge on him a little bit. And here's where I currently am. He's been giving me a hard time. I made his legs too short, had to extend his torso, and then I'm having to adjust where I extended his torso. You know how that goes. But there this is. I'm going to keep this at, well, anyway. So part of my enablement is that I was one of those that said, I don't count stitches. I'll never be able to count stitches, etc., etc. And then Sammy J kept talking about the wonders of semi-sewn stitches. And they started a choose my whip thing where I had to stitch, you had to stitch 500 stitches a week. And I did that. I was like, oh, that's all I'll do. I'll just kind of stick around for those. Got addicted to that. Got used to counting my stitches. Now they have a Stitch the Solar System, which this is not a giveaway entry piece. It's just more like, hey, I stitched the solar system. So then I started that. And I've already stitched this planet of Eris, E-R-I-S, because dwarf planets count. No discrimination there. And so now I'm counting stitches for that. And then that ended up leading me to something else, which I'll talk about in my plans. So then a fellow co-worker made me a bag. He is on Instagram. He does crafty stuff before. He's kind of not been doing a lot of crafty stuff lately, but he saw my project bags and then decided to stitch a bag or sew a bag. And he made me this little rose bag. Look at this, guys. It's so pretty. And I think I shared it on Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen this. But he made me that. And then as I was going through some patterns and stuff, we saw this one, and he liked this pattern. So now I've started this for him. This is by the Tiny Modernist. I got it off of Etsy. It says Pugs Not Drugs. And that's the name of the pattern. So if you like it, it's on Etsy, Tiny Modernist. And this is where I am currently. Put something behind. That's not enough to put behind it. Haha. This is just on some 14 count Ada. This is my start. I am stitching on him for, I don't know which one. I'd have to look. This is one of my planet stitches. But here I am on that. So I found an app on Android called, I just looked up Stitch Counter. And I think it's just called Counter is all it's called. But it's under the Stitch Counter, like when you search. And you can put more than one project in there. So I have listed every planet as my project. And then I'm counting up stitches as I go, and then I keep up with it on the group too. I'm having to devise my own way. It's a work in progress, devising my way of keeping up with my stitches for the stitching through the solar system. I can try to answer questions, but I'm not an expert. I defer you to Sammy J if you want an expert on counting stitches, and Jessie Marie. Those two are amazing. I'm kind of taking a little bit from them. I can't do spreadsheets, so I'm keeping a little notebook with, for one thing, and then, anyway, I'm keeping a notebook with my stitches and just writing it down. However, I am also keeping the little counter thing, that way I can keep up with it there. Several ways. I don't know which one's going to suit me better, so I can't give you any tips. And then I worked some more on my Connie Gee back stitch SAL. I want to call it a black work SAL. She doesn't call it that, so I had to call it what she calls it because she's a designer, so she gets to name it, not me. I don't count any of my black work or back stitching as stitches. It makes it too hard. You have to count it twice. Amen. But I finished out my January block, and I've started my February block. So I'm almost caught up. So this is where I currently am. So that makes me have 2 of my year of whip finishes done, which was my December block, my January block, and then this will be a 3rd if I can get it done. Because most of my year of whips are these blocks. Oh, let me hold it up a little longer. I was moving it. I'm gonna get better about that. And then part of my stitch of the solar system, which I haven't counted these stitches yet. I need to sit down and count them. Was my growth sampler. Again, this came from One of a Kind Baby Designs on Etsy. So this will delve into my plans. I have been completely enabled to start the School of Magical Stitches and Literature with the Harry Potter themes. I wasn't going to do it. I was like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. Yeah, now I'm doing it. Or I'm trying. And it was really funny because I talked about it back and forth with Belinda and Sammy. And I finally just spit the gun. Sammy added me. And I posted in the first week's homework, which for me was year 2, week 2. And I posted, because I've yet to find out my house. I think I'll find out tonight what house I'm in. But I went ahead and posted and put, house to be determined. And I've already got one of the assignments done, which was on the pug, because it was something hard to get. Let me see. It was, what's this month's homework? Or this week's homework. Was powdered bicorn horn, which was something hard to get or something you had to get off of line. And I used the Pugs Nut Hugs because I got it off Etsy, and I had to do 100 stitches. I think I did like 120. I added some extra just to be safe. So that was my original piece. And when I posted that, out of nowhere, Belinda messaged me. She said, you caved. So she was stalking me and saw that I had posted and messaged me commenting that I had caved and finally joined. So this is going to be one of my year-long stitches. And it is, they're all based on 7s. I haven't got all the information down, but one of them is that 2 people were both born in the month of June, I think. So that's the 7th. So it had to be something like that, to that effect, a birthday or something. So this is a birth sampler. So this will be one of my year-long challenges, and I have to stitch 1,000 stitches on that. So this is also where I will keep a counter to the side to keep up with how many stitches I've stitched on it. Here is where I was before. And this is where I currently am. This will also count towards my semi-stain stitches for one of the planets. I haven't figured out yet, but this is where I am now. So I finished out the word prayed, and then I started on the name, and that's all I've done. Not that many stitches. But this is one that I definitely want to get done this year. This again is in my year of whips. It's an easy one to stitch on. Anytime I ask my husband what I should stitch on, he says this because you want it done before the kid's 18. My goal is this year, for around her first birthday. But there that is. And he gets to frame it because I asked the mom, like, if I said, I can frame it, you know, a simple frame, or if you want me to, you know, if you want to pick out the frame. And she's like, well, her room's just in white, so a white frame works. So my husband gets to frame this one. And then also for the homework this week, year 2, week 2 homework, there was one that is lace wing, so something with wings. There's leeches, which is something that sucks. I haven't figured out anything for that yet. I don't think I'll be able to get all of it done this week because I literally started last night and I only got 2 days. So any of these little pieces that I get done for this homework, I'll be proud of. So I did the lace wing, which is the project I'm about to show you. But then it's also going to count as the shredded boom sling because this project has skin on it. And it's going to count as a bit of someone because I was enabled by Belinda to start this project. So, and that is my dragonfly fairy. If I can get it, it's also going to count as the knot grass because it has grass in it. So I need to get, in order to complete all this, I will have to get 1, 2, 300 more stitches in on this piece tonight. I got 100 in last night for the lace wing ones. So it's Dragonfly Fairy by, let me remove this for Gary. By Joan Elliott. This is a stitch along that I'm doing with Belinda because she enabled me to, she purchased the pattern for me and sent it to me for my birthday a few years ago. And then she enabled me to actually start it because she wanted to start it with me and she was ready to start it. And then it also has wings, it has grass, and it has skin. So wings, grass, skin, and enabled. So it'll be a total of 400 stitches if I get all of the assignments done. I also can use some of the stitches from the birth sampler as the extra credit for the month because there was one that has to do with words and the birth sampler has words. So if I can get 500 stitches on that, that'll be some extra credit. Oh, I'm still learning. It's so confusing to me to keep this going. So this is where I was before I started on this project. This is where I currently am on this project. I stitched mainly only the blue. It was 100 stitches of blue for the bodice of her dress. And that's why I will continue to stitch. And that is that. From the Semi-Sane Stitchers group, the remainder of my Choose My Whip, which was the end of January. Guys, it's been that long since I've done a video. Gosh. Yeah, I did the 31st and I did in the video. Doesn't feel like that long ago. I worked on my Merry Christmas by the Prairie Schooler. I got my 500 stitches in, so I achieved that goal. This is where I was before. I'm actually really proud of this progress. I did like 509 stitches. And this is where I currently am on the project. And this is also a Year of Whips piece. Okay, there that one is. And this, of course, is in my Diana bag. And then this one was just random, and I haven't counted the stitches on this. I'll probably need to. We can count towards my solar system piece. But randomly last Friday, my sister and I had a sister day. We sat back and we binged watched the Ted Bundy tapes on Netflix. And I spun this, A New Beginning by Abby Lane Designs. This is one that I'm kind of picking my own colors as I go, so it was fun. It caused me to have to organize all of my color and cotton floss, which is now organized. And this is where I was before I started on this one. And this is where I am now. I definitely need to count because I finished 1, 2, 3, and started a 4th motif. I got a lot of progress done on this one. So I finished out this yellow piece. I started and completed this little bitty motif. I started and completed this L motif. I'm calling it an L. I know it's backwards. Leave me alone. And then I started this blue right here. And those are colors that I picked myself. And I think that is all my, yes, that is all my progress. So, as far as haul goes, I didn't get a lot of haul. I got my monthly installment of my color and cottons. Whoops, I'm throwing stuff. We have, let me hold it up with something white. I don't have anything white. Oh wait, here we go. Haha. This is the journal that I'm using for counting all my stitches. It's just a notebook. It was a gift from Connie Gee. Connie. So these are the colors. I like these colors this month. We have the blue, which is called, where's the color now? Oh, Lapis, L-I-P-I-S. I'm Southern, can't make fun of me. The kind of burgundy color is Vintage Valentine. This gold color is Tuscan Sun. I really love that gold. Not going to even try to pronounce this one. S-A-G-U-A-R-O. Square. Oh yeah, not going to even try. Beige. Kind of off-white. No, tan. The off-white one is called Almond. Those are this month's shipment of color and cotton. I'm going to add these to my now organized color and cotton. So I got some, all I did with my color and cotton is I put them in the snack size baggies in one of those Michael's Recollections photo boxes in alphabetical order. Which is fine, except that I purchased 2 boxes that had bugs on them and they had dragonflies on them, and now I can't find those boxes anywhere else, and I need a 3rd box. So I'm either going to have, my boxes are going to not match, and that's going to bother me. I'm kind of waiting, hoping that it's springtime that print comes back out. We'll see. And then I got my baby sized lap frame from Case Creations. I found this on eBay, and I offered an amount, and the person accepted, which made me really excited. So all that happens now are the sidebar pieces fit on this, and now I have the smaller one for my smaller projects. Makes me really excited, and I still have Christmas money left over, so because I got this at a really, really good deal. And then the last thing I got was a magazine from my local thrift shop. This is the Cross Stitch and Needlework Better Homes and Garden, December 1999. I paid less than, I think I paid like 50 cents for this magazine at the thrift store. I got it for one project. I don't know when I'll start it, but I fell in love with it. And it's this Merry Christmas. I love these colors. I'm thinking about using my, the new DMC with this shiny in it. But But there that is. And that is all of my haul. And my husband is coming in telling me he's hungry, so I have to go fix dinner. It's already fixed, I just have to get everything set up. So that is it for now for this video. Not a whole lot of excitement, but it is what it is. There I go with my hands again. Oh my gosh. I should have more progress coming forward though, because of all the counting stitches for semi-stain, my year of whips, and now the magical stitches and literature group that I'm in. I have no clue what house I'm in. I'll have more information. It'll be a little more organized next time for that, because I hopefully will have a plan on how I'm counting all this stuff, and then I can show you this app. I literally found the Stitch Counter app today. I don't know how well it's going to work, so I don't want to like review it yet or tell you, hey, go get this app, because I don't know if it's going to work or not. And like I said, I'm horrible at organizing this kind of stuff. I will probably change my plans 6 more times before I settle down on how to actually do this. So I'll help as much as I can as I go. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask and I'll answer them if I can. As always, happy stitching and thanks for watching.